Now, the Danish palace has released new photos of Crown Prince Christian completing national service amid rising geopolitical tensions in the region. What's the latest on the prince's military training, and how are Queen Mary and King Frederik dealing with their son's absence?
Right. Well, this has been one of the big stories in Denmark this year. Of course, they have, tensions with Donald Trump over Greenland. There's also tensions with Russia on the other side. So, there is a lot of emphasis at the moment on national security in Denmark. And part of that comes down to national service. They have had male national service for decades, and they're actually introducing it for women as well. Only a few countries do that at the moment, Israel being one of them. So it's a very big topic. And of course, Christian is currently in that time of his life. He is completing national service. He has been living for several months at a very remote military base, undergoing intense sort of military training. And then the palace this week has released some new photos of him.
Good day, and if you think growing up is hard enough without cameras, commentators, and a crown hovering over your head, wait until you meet Crown Prince Christian of Denmark. While young Australians are worrying about rent, study debt, and whether they can still afford a coffee after payday, Denmark's future king is navigating a controversy that has people asking an uncomfortable question. Is the royal heir already in trouble before he has even begun? Before we go any further, make sure you subscribe to Royal News Daily and click the notifications bell. That way you stay across the stories where royalty, power, and politics collide, because this one is more revealing than it looks. Now let us get straight to the tension. Crown Prince Christian has long been presented as the fresh face of the Danish monarchy, young, well-educated, and carefully prepared for leadership. But lately, the tone has shifted. Instead of hopeful anticipation, public discussion has turned skeptical, even sharp. Not because of one explosive scandal, but because of a growing sense that the monarchy is struggling to explain what its next generation actually stands for. And that is where the trouble begins. In modern politics, and yes, royalty is politics, just with better hats, ambiguity is dangerous. When people do not know what you represent, they project their fears onto you. Crown Prince Christian has become a blank canvas, and the public has started painting with frustration. This resonates strongly in Australia. We have watched young politicians and leaders be hyped as the future, only to be torn apart the moment they hesitate or misstep. Australians value authenticity. We forgive inexperience, but we are ruthless about entitlement. And that's exactly the line Crown Prince Christian is now dancing on. Supporters insist he's simply young and learning, shielded deliberately while he matures. Critics argue that shielding looks suspiciously like hiding. In a world of constant visibility, absence feels like avoidance. When the heir to a throne appears distant during a period of royal turbulence, people do not see patience, they see privilege. Here's the deeper issue. The Danish monarchy is undergoing rapid change under King Frederik X, and Crown Prince Christian is being pulled into that narrative whether he likes it or not. Every decision his father makes reflects forward onto him. If the present feels unstable, the future feels uncertain. And uncertainty is kryptonite for institutions built on continuity. Think of it like this. Australians do not mind waiting for reforms if they trust the direction, but if the roadmap is unclear, impatience kicks in. That's what's happening here. The public is not accusing Crown Prince Christian of wrongdoing, they are questioning readiness. And once that question is asked out loud, it does not quietly disappear. There's also the generational problem. Crown Prince Christian represents a monarchy trying to appeal to younger citizens who are already skeptical of inherited power. Gen Z voters across democracies are demanding transparency, fairness, and relevance. A royal heir who feels distant or overly managed risks being seen as a relic before he ever wears the crown. This matters for Australia because every royal wobble overseas feeds directly into our own constitutional conversation. The monarchy is not just a symbolic backdrop for us, it's still part of our system. When heirs appear unconvincing, the idea of moving on feels less radical, more practical. Now, let us be fair. The pressure on Crown Prince Christian is immense. He did not choose the crown, but he will be judged for how he carries it. The danger lies not in making mistakes, but in appearing insulated from consequences. Australians, in particular, have little patience for leaders who seem protected from reality. The opportunity here is obvious. If Crown Prince Christian steps forward with authenticity, humility, and a visible willingness to engage with modern concerns, he could reset the narrative entirely. People are not demanding perfection, they are demanding presence. Show up, speak clearly, and accept scrutiny. Right now, Crown Prince Christian stands at a crossroads familiar to many young leaders. Remain carefully managed and risk irrelevance, or step into the mess and earn credibility the hard way.